The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment, heard on the official website of HEW Entertainment. It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
The beat! The man! You gotta beat the man! Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729280. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729280. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the world heavyweight champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here!
Now streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now.
To the cold of the static, put my cold feet on the floor. God, I'm out yesterday. Remembering, I'm pretending to be where I'm not anymore. A little taste of hypocrisy, and I'm left in the wake of the mistake, slow to react. Even though you're so close to me, you're still so distant, and I can't bring you back. It's true, the way I feel was promised by your face. The sound of your voice painted on my memories. Even if you're not with me, I'm with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside. You, now I see, even when I close my eyes. You, when you hit me back with
Finally, The Rock has come back to HEW Entertainment Radio. I don't know about you as a wrestling fan, but I always wanted to open up the show that way. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, inviting you to get in on the conversation on Facebook, where you'll find the newly embellished Facebook audio player featuring featured audio commentaries from the audio archives of HEW Entertainment Radio for the first time ever. Make sure you check that out. 5 featured audio commentaries exclusively in their entirety for you in the Facebook audio player found in the extended info section of our Facebook page, which is newly redesigned, new Facebook cover, and brand new feel, and additional info also included. Facebook.com/HW Entertainment. Either send us a friend's request or subscribe and follow us on our official Facebook page. You can also follow us on Twitter, where you'll find a lot of videos pertaining to Kane's character in the WWE and the status of his career, which is today's topic we're raising for discussion for this week's edition of HW Entertainment Radio. You can also watch past video archives of our radio show on YouTube, the newly redesigned YouTube 1 channel of HW Entertainment, youtube.com/JonathanClarke22. So are you feeling Kane's character in the WWE? There is a chance we could see a heel turn for Kane in the WWE. Either Kane or Randy Orton is who I predict to turn heel sometime between now and SummerSlam, and if either Kane, Randy Orton, or Daniel Bryan don't emerge victorious in the WWE All-Stars Money in the Bank ladder match apart from RVD, who's the most likely one to win it, we may see a 3-way match which will center around either Kane, Randy Orton, or Daniel Bryan turning heel in the weeks to come in the WWE. We know CM Punk will go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. We know John Cena will probably go one-on-one with RVD, who will probably cash in his briefcase and opportunity of the WWE title, pending if he wins the Money in the Bank ladder match and faces John Cena for the first time since One Night Stand 2006. Those are pretty predictable matches, and I would love to see some very unpredictable matches thrown in there as well, and one of them could be a 3-way between Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, who at one time were referred to as Team RK-No. Daniel Bryan, Kane, Randy Orton in a 3-way, and one of those 3 superstars. This match will be centered around their heel turn in the WWE, and out of the 3 potential heel turns we could see out of a 3-way from Randy Orton, Kane, and Daniel Bryan, the one that I'm hoping the most turns heel in this is Kane, because I think that Kane has not benefited from any teams that he's been involved in over the years. Probably the only team he benefited from being a part of was with his own brother when they were called the Brothers of Destruction. They got a tag team title run in there, and that was when Kane was the most destructive and probably one of the most unpredictable times of his entire career. In 2003, he was also very unpredictable when he first unmasked. He was believed to have been severely scarred in a fire as a child. You know, he takes off the mask. He has a bit of scars, but then the scars are removed, and they just perceive Kane as someone who's just absolutely psychotic over the fact that he had to take off his mask. From week to week, you were watching Raw, wondering what was Kane going to do next to perceive himself as one of the most psychotic and unpredictable characters in the WWE, and now he comes back as this resurrected Kane in 2012 at the start of the year, just prior to WrestleMania 28. They could have perceived Kane in the same kind of way, and they tried to do it in a very different way, having Kane do different things that he had never done throughout his entire career, from coming up underneath the ring to choke slamming John Cena in the most unpredictable ways, and really targeting John Cena more than any other superstar had previously done in a feud with John Cena. I thought it was a great way of kicking off 2012, and how the Slammy Awards for 2011 ended. It was one of the most unpredictable conclusions to a Monday Night Raw when John Cena faced Mark Henry, which was one of the rare times that Cena had fought Mark Henry in a match not for the WWE Championship, much less in a main event for Raw. Here comes Kane in a conclusion that nobody saw coming. We knew Kane was going to be returning sometime before WrestleMania 28, but we didn't think that Kane was going to return during this Cena-Henry match on Raw at the 2011 Slammy Awards. And in the weeks to follow, kicking off 2012, Kane was in a position to challenge for the WWE Championship, and it's beyond me why Kane didn't become the #1 contender shortly after his return and revitalization of his character. I think this would have been a perfect opportunity for Kane to win his first major championship since 2010, or win the WWE Championship for the first time since 1998, which we all can recall being remembered as the night that Kane held the WWE Championship for just one night, 24 hours, losing it the next night on Raw to Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, I've always said this about Kane's character. I think that Kane deserves at least one WWE Championship reign that is meaningful sometime between now and the time that he retires. Because if Kane does not get that, then there really isn't much to remember Kane for, only the many times that he was a masked character, the many times that he took off his mask, that he updated his character. Some people will choose to remember Kane as someone who provided you with a lot of comical reprieve as part of tag teams like Kane and Daniel Bryan, Team El No, or a team like The Undertaker and Kane, or Kane and Shawn Waltman. Some people will choose to remember Kane that way. What it comes down to is many wrestling fans are going to have different ways of remembering Kane's character in the WWE after he retires. But I want to remember Kane's character in the WWE for at least one more championship reign sometime between now and the time that he retires. And I will put this out over the microphone. It really needs to happen for Kane's character, because they bring him back in 2012 after that match that he had with Randy Orton on SmackDown. You can see the video in our imagery form in the video section of our form, featuring thousands of images and videos where Kane actually shakes Randy Orton's hand after Randy Orton defeats him in an incredible street fight, a no disqualification match on SmackDown in the summer of 2011. We don't get Kane versus Randy Orton until WrestleMania 28. It was the third or fourth match out of the box for WrestleMania 28. There could have been a lot more detail for Kane versus Randy Orton. I think one of the only reasons they had Kane versus Randy Orton as Masked Kane was because The Undertaker was in this huge Intimate Era Hell in a Cell match with Triple H, the rematch from WrestleMania 27. They couldn't go all WrestleMania without having the Brothers of Destruction headlining the show. So with Kane